remember we drove down to Watson Way, and we pulled in there, and my mom and dad were really thrilled because they didn't have that was their first house that they purchased. And we pulled in the drive there, and I was quite thrilled because there was a lot of kids in the yard, and they were playing kickball. But you know, nobody up there thought too much about what kids' toys were. I mean, if they played kickball, they played it with a can, an old tin can or something. And the girls did jump ropes like later, and the boys did shooting marbles. Well, because we're close to the coast, they worried that airplanes, enemy airplanes would come over and bomb us or something like that. So they wanted, they had a lot of those bases, I guess, where people were looking out for these airplanes, but the airplanes didn't come. The book that McClellan sent over had pictures in them, and I remember thumbing through it and seeing the outline of the pictures. And so if they saw that, they were to call. Well, I think they were to call anything that they saw that was flying, because they were very nervous about an invasion or something being right on the coast like we were. It would have been with this telephone like this. And that, you know, was, I guess they had a main line in there somehow, but it was interesting because, you know, it'd be so slow and cumbersome by our methods, you know. Yes, you had to use coupons because of the gas was necessary to ship overseas, and then the overseas was where all of our rubber things were grown, and to get them back, so bubble gum, forget it, you know. But they had the ticket on the car windshield, so when you drove up, I know I said to my dad, gee, you know, how come we go so slow? And he said, because we're only allowed to go 35 miles an hour. It uses less gas. And I said, oh, I want to see what a fast would be, you know, what they used to drive. And I know he put his foot to the pedal, and we went about 50 miles an hour, and I was hanging on and thinking, wow, that's fast, you know. But really rich. And of course, we brought these to show you. These, when we would do our butter and things, this would be, and if a kid was misbehaved, you could give him a whack too, you know. But they would put the butter, after it was churned, into here and press it down until it was, you know, just the size. That was the right size for the butter, and Mother sometimes sold some in the area. And there was just absolutely no crime that I remember. It was very, very safe and very, you know, the boys from Camp Kohler would sometimes hitch a ride on the bumper, on the car, and they would hold on and catch a ride from one place to another. You ask about stores. We didn't have a lot of stores. We had really big gardens, groceries. We didn't have to go and buy a lot of things, very seldom.